r/rules horror. Posted by u/Lamborghini96. Rules to survive my school's cafeteria. Yes, I know, I was a bit late giving you the rules. It's almost cafeteria days, and you would have been doomed without this list. Don't worry, though, the rules aren't too terrible except for a few. After surviving 3 days, I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. 1A. You will only eat lunch in the cafeteria on Thursdays and Fridays, no exceptions. On all other days, you will eat in your classroom. If you find yourself in or close to the cafeteria on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, please refer to Rule 1B. 1B. If you are in the cafeteria on M/D/W, quickly and quietly leave the area and make your way to the front office. Do not look behind you or around you. Many entities lurk in the cafeteria on these days and you do not know which ones may have followed you out, so it's best to act like you don't know you're being followed. The only exception is if you hear static. If so, please run as fast as possible to the office. 1. Reaching the office, tell them you accidentally entered/went too close to the cafeteria and they will handle the situation. When it is safe, an office aide will take you to your class. 1C. If your teacher attempts to take your class to the cafeteria on a non-cafeteria day, ignore them entirely and do not follow. They will leave, and your actual teacher will return shortly after. 2. You will leave for the cafeteria when an office aide arrives to escort you to the lunchroom. They will knock 3 times in quick succession. Don't open the door if they knock slowly, or knock more or less times. It is not an office aide, we knock in this specific way. 3. On your way to the cafeteria, keep your eyes on the ground and your hands on the person in front of you in lined shoulders. It sounds silly, but occasionally an entity will try to taunt you by doing fearsome and horrifying things, and it is not a fun thing to see. Looking at them does no harm, but taking your hands off somebody's shoulders could tempt it to attack you, as you're an easy target for them. 4. When you arrive at the cafeteria, pick a seat you won't move from. If you bring a lunch to school, you are not allowed to get up until lunch is over. If you purchase a lunch, the only time you can leave your seat is when you go to buy your food. 5. The cafeteria has an exit to the bus arrival line. Look out the windows. If there is a food truck of any kind outside, you may eat your food normally. If there is no food truck, only eat one item from your lunchbox/lunch tray and leave the rest behind. The inhuman staff will be hungry since there was no food to get, and may become aggravated if no food is left on the tables for them. 6. If you need to ask a question or ask for something, look for a teacher wearing a blue triangle badge. This marks them as both a human and helpful to our group and students. Just assure that you are obeying Rule 6B, or they may not help you. 6B. The envelope this rule sheet came to you in will contain a blue triangle badge. Wear this at all times, it identifies you as human and a member of my group. 7. If you hear a slight static sound while eating, quickly and quietly get under the table, plug your ears, and close your eyes. Wait until the sound dies out, then resume lunch as per usual. Try not to react to any dead bodies that may be laying around. The entity who does this may want to return if it realizes what it did gained attention. 8. If you look out one of the windows and see anything looking into the school, whether it appears human or not, quickly yell code 89 and get under the table, plugging your ears and closing your eyes. Hopefully, teachers and experienced office aides will handle the situation quickly. 9. If the fire alarms begin to go off, though nobody comes on over the intercom, abide by regular fire drill procedures and exit the school. However, if the fire alarms begin going off and somebody does come on over the intercom, remain still and close your eyes. When the fire alarms stop, you may resume lunch as normal. 10. If an assistant principal announces that no phones are allowed at lunch, quickly and secretly message the number 3 to me before putting your phone away. I will know to not message you and instead deliver messages in person, as losing your phone is the worst thing that can happen to you. I mentioned this in your original rule sheet, which I hope you have in your pocket. 11A. If I arrive from the office and sit next to you, grab your lunch and come with me. I have received word that something dire may occur in the lunchroom that day. If a teacher tries to stop you, ignore them. Surprisingly, I have higher authority than them. You will eat lunch with us office aides, though some, including me, may leave to deal with the situation occurring in the cafeteria. 11B. If you want to bring a friend with us when I retrieve you, you may only pick one. Do not pick one that already has a guide. They will accompany us. Do not pick the same one twice until all of them have been brought with us once. 12. When lunch is announced to be over, You have a 3-minute window to return to your classes before the entities around the school realize students aren't under the direct protection of office aides and human teachers. Quickly make your way back, especially if it's a Friday. If you forgot, those are tardy sweep days and a tardy sweep will occur after the 3-minute window ends. Good luck. Next story of this video. Posted by you/random story teller. Please, enjoy your life. Hello dear, if you're reading this you're alive, hooray. Now, I didn't come here to tell you do this or you'll die/have a fate worse than death kind of crap. I'm here to prepare you for the afterlife, who you'll meet and what to do when you get there. Rule 1: once you die you'll be sent either to white, black, heaven or hell. If you're sent to an old house that looks like an aristocratic mansion in the middle of a dark, seemingly dead forest, run in the opposite direction as fast as you can without looking back. That house is filled with black voidish creatures with bloody eyes with always cracking bones who will haunt your nightmares and feed on your pain. Unfortunately for you, you can't die twice. Rule 1A: if by any reason you're sent right inside the Whisper House, find a way to get out as fast as you can. I advise using the dog door. You'll have to break a few bones, but everything is better than an eternity filled with nothing but pain. Rule 1B: while you're there pray. Someone will listen. Pray to anyone and everyone but God. He was the one who sent you there. He won't help you. Rule 1C: if you are running in the dark dead forest for what seems like forever, think about how you died, really think about it until it makes you cold sweat or cry and wake up. You're being dragged by them. Wake up. Rule 1D: haha, 1D. Sorry, D jokes are my weakness. Rule 1E: never, and I mean never ever try to kill or fight a whisper. They can't be killed or reasoned with, they will only be angered by your futile attempts at running and make it all more painful for you. Rule 2: if you are greeted by a small girl, around 5 feet 2 inches with white short hair, pale skin, green eyes, elvish ears and metal nails, that's life, also known as white, my wife. She's very caring and gentle and will guide you to your next life. If you're nice you may ask her to see your relatives, dead or alive, one last time before you restart your cycle of rebirth. Don't be rude no matter what it takes, the in-between is convincing and cunning. Rule 2A: if the girl you're greeted looks like my wife but has one of her features missing or has a feature not mentioned above, punch yourself. You're sleeping and those bloody things are trying to keep you asleep by impersonating my wife and making you feel safe. Your luck is they aren't very bright and can never get my wife's beauty right. Rule 2B: if the girl you meet looks just like my wife but has black eyes, the in-between got you before she did. The only thing you can do is pray on life's name and hope she gets there before there's nothing to save. Rule 2C: don't you dare seduce my wife, no matter how cute she looks or how much she might shy around you, especially if you're a man, or I'll personally make sure those whispers feast on you for the rest of time itself. Rule 2D: those are rookie numbers, get more Ds. I'm so sorry. I really can't help it. Rule 3: if you are greeted by a small girl, around 5 feet 2 inches with black short hair, dark skin, brown eyes, elvish ears and obsidian nails, that's death or black as she prefers, my wife's twin sister. She's gonna end your cycle of rebirth, you've reached your end. But don't worry, she's quick and merciful if you're nice, it won't hurt as long as there's no blackbirds in the room. Rule 3A: if there is a blackbird in the room, try to make talk with black until the bird leaves. She loves her animals and is always willing to talk about them, so advise you to approach the topic, but never speak ill of an animal no matter how much you're disgusted by it. You love all animals. Rule 3B: if you were a bad person in life, I'm sorry, but you aren't there just because you're ending your cycle, you're there because life deemed you too corrupted to keep, and death doesn't take kindly on corrupted souls. Pray she feeds you to her animals, it's the only certain way you'll perish. Rule 3C: death is an animal lover. If you were an animal lover yourself, tell her as loudly and clear as can. Pet her pets and tell her they're the cutest, even if they look like absolutely disgusting blobs of goo. That way you may be spared and maybe live in bliss surrounded by pets from every world with her until you eventually perish. Rule 3D: wow, watch out Mr. D's. Sorry. I couldn't resist. Rule 3E: if you were an animal abuser, there's no one you can pray to now. Rule 3F: if you weren't an animal abuser but are still corrupted, try to talk about animals and how cute they are. Make sure you pet all of her pets in that house to convince her, that way she may see you worth being spared pain. Rule 4: if you reach a hall with flames on its sides and a tall clearly strong woman, around 6 with long curly white hair and fluffy wolf ears, red eyes, fluffy white wolf tail and fangs, is approaching you, that's Lilith, my other wife. She'll introduce you to Hell's hierarchy and to your new demonic body. Be nice if you don't want to meet my hounds. Rule 4A, if you are in the same hall but see a tall slim woman, around 6 feet 5 inches with long raven hair and black feathered wings, hello. That's me. My name is Lucifer, Lucy for short, nice to meet you, I'll guide you through hell personally, don't attempt anything funny with me, I won't hesitate to send you to my hellhounds. Rule 4B, if you are completely alone in the corridor, keep walking until you see either me or Lilith, if you see anyone or anything else, kill IT now. Rule 4C, if you see a dead relative of yours in the corridor and you loved them during your life, kneel down and cry as much as you can until someone taps your shoulder twice, don't stop until you feel a tap twice. Rule 4D, if you see a shadow on the corridor call for it, it's either me or Lilith passing by. Rule 4E, if the dead relative you see is someone you hated or disliked during life, run towards them and yell I'm sorry person's name. Then stab their back, don't question the knife please, just do as I say, they will be gone, hopefully. Rule 4F, if doesn't go away, that was a whisper, you were inside the house all along, and your torture has only started, I'm very sorry I couldn't save you, pray. Rule 5, if you end up in the clouds, don't worry, you're in heaven, pray to God, my Father, I won't find you before one of my siblings does. Rule 6, enjoy your life in a world without magic while you can. Magic is not what humans fantasize it to be. This is my first rule story here, I hope you all like it and have fun. It didn't turn out as creepy as I wanted but I hope it's interesting enough for a good read.